is Camille Taylor. I'm currently a 3L at Seton Hall Law School, and my major is law. Being a first-generation student, there was a lot of things I had to figure out myself. I made it like a decision that I was going to put myself in roles, jobs, opportunities that I would be able to give back to people, because I feel a lot of the information that I received was from mentors or going out and finding people. So I wanted to give back and do the same thing. So I decided to do Teach for America because it kind of tied into what I was interested in, which was education and mentoring. I think after doing my years of service for Teach for America, it really solidified for me the desire to go to law school. During my first year of law school, there was an opportunity to join the Leadership Fellows. It's essentially a program that helps law students do service projects within the community. And I, as well as two of my other classmates of the BOSA leadership, Raheem and Jamir, decided to do an expungement clinic. So the expungement clinic was based out of a barber shop in Newark. We decided to do that just because a lot of universities and schools, even though they are in maybe like urban neighborhoods, they don't really connect with the neighborhood that they're a part of. So we decided this was a great way to give back and make sure that Black residents of Newark could get access to legal services without feeling uncomfortable. They would see people that looked like them helping them. So we decided to host one, and it was a really great experience. I was very happy to be a part of that and able to give back to the Newark community and help dozens of people get their records expunged. In 3 to 5 years, I believe I'm still going to be in some type of service role. Yeah, service is going to be something that I'm going to continue to do for the rest of my life.
My name is Shane Simmons. I am a fifth-year graduate in the Masters of Public Administration program with a certificate in nonprofit management. I think my most significant service experience would probably be working for the Community Food Bank in New Jersey. When I was living in Newark, I had about a 15-minute walk from my house to campus, and there's a building on the corner of Sanford and South Orange Ave. It's the Upper Vailsburg Student Organization. And they have a pantry that runs outside the back of it, and that was a pickup location for a lot of the families that lived in Newark. The line for that pickup location would be wrapped around the entire block, which is tough to see on your way to school as you go to the cafeteria where you have all the food that you need. So along with my search for addressing food insecurity, I've also looked at addressing food waste, especially here on campus. We found how much waste that we were producing in our cafeterias, and so now what we're doing every other week on Fridays is we're taking that food and we're donating it to local food pantries in Newark to try and address the campus's problems with our food waste production, while also being able to put that food to good use by giving it to the Newark community. What motivates me to do this type of work is something that has kind of stuck with me ever since I was a little kid, but I've always kind of clung to the idea that our time on this planet is very short. If we can do one thing or make one action that would leave this world better than we found it, then I feel like that would be a very fulfilling life. You know, getting my master's in public administration and really focusing on a nonprofit track, fingers crossed, the future of my career is centered around helping others and doing good through public service.
My name is Wendy Cardona. I'm a business administration and marketing major, and I'm a junior. I think as a college student, we go through so many hardships, like let's say we failed an exam, or we have so much work to do, we get so overwhelmed. And because of that, I think we tend to forget that we have so much. Doing service does put things into perspective. Instead of dreading going to class, you're actually I'm very blessed to go to class. I'm very blessed to have this. I'm very blessed to have the cafeteria. I think as a student, it's very important to be in touch with reality and really understand that you're very blessed to have everything that you have. Overall, I think service has truly changed allowed me to grow as a person. The El Salvador trip specifically, it truly changed my perspective on everything. Poverty is not only a materialistic thing, there's also emotional poverty. A lot of these people live in places where it's really hard to have access to. These people are so alone sometimes that it's like no material thing can make you feel better about that. I told him, even in English and Spanish, I was like, I understand you, like I'm here to help you. Even if I'm here for just a few weeks, like I know in those few weeks I can make a big impact. It makes me happy that I'm able to be a voice for people who are not really heard. I think volunteering at Pillar Care that people tend to forget about, the older population. I just wanted to be company for them. I wanted them to feel like, oh, there's somebody that comes here every Wednesday and is helping us and it's always dancing with us. Like I know it's something that they'll always remember.
Hi, my name is Nicholas Kimball. I am majoring in International Relations and Diplomacy, and I'm a senior at Seton Hall University. I think my most significant service experience has been serving with the community of Santa Gidio. What I was tasked with was serving the homeless at New York Penn Station. And one experience that really resonates with me was meeting one older gentleman who every time I would serve him a meal, he'd always want to engage more deeply with me. Where for myself, being raised in the Northeast, this idea of having these normal interactions with the homeless, seeing them as not necessarily just someone you're serving, but as a friend, is something that really resonated deeply with me. And over time, I've been able to see him no longer have to live off the streets, where now he actually lives in an apartment in New York City. And so I think that part of serving, seeing people that you've served be able to go into a better situation is something that makes it very full circle and a very wholesome experience. My earliest schooling experience was at a Catholic school. And one of our Monsignors, Monsignor O'Neill, he used to tell us every Friday after Mass, what altar do you serve? Are you serving yourself? Are you serving the community? Are you serving your own leisure? Over time, I started understanding what did that question more or less mean. Where that idea of what altar do you serve is the question of how do you wish to see the community around you grow even more? And a lot of that comes down to what can we do as people. I truly believe that any community we come from can always grow, it can always be better. That the situation we have today doesn't have to be how it was yesterday. So I think when it comes to serving, I wish to see our communities continue to grow. I wish to continue to create better relationships with people of different cultures and different backgrounds, and constantly really become a better version of myself. Each and every day. I know for myself, I've also been a recipient of the U.S. State Department's Wrangell Fellowship. And in 2 years after completing my master's degree, I'll be entering into the Foreign Service as a U.S. diplomat. And I'm excited for the opportunity that my service will be serving the American people and helping to uplift communities around the world. And for me, servant leadership is something that will continue.
I think servant leadership is important because anybody can do it. Like, servant leadership doesn't need to be this big grandiose thing. Like, you don't have to plan an expungement clinic. It could really be just volunteering at your church. It can be going to the food bank on Thanksgiving. It could be so many things where you're just donating time to a cause that you are interested in, or you have, a connection to. Like, I think everybody could, take some time out of their day to do something that will benefit somebody else.
It's not easy to do. It's not something that you really do without thinking. It's something that you have to make an active effort to want to help others.
I think servant leadership is important because we can all be servant leaders. And it's not something where an individual has to be elected to do. It's something that you can do with the spare time that you have.
There's not a day that goes by that I'm not grateful and blessed to have everything that I have. I definitely do recommend everybody to do service at some point in their life, just because it does make you feel so happy, and wherever it is, like just helping out and extending my heart and efforts to somebody who really needs it, like there's no better feeling than that.